Department of State informed the government of Cuba today that it was ordering the departure of 15 of its officials from its embassy in Washington, D.C. That decision was made due to Cuba's inability to protect our diplomats in Havana, as well as ensure equity in the impact of our respective operations. On September the 29th, the department ordered the departure of non-emergency personnel assigned to the U.S. Embassy in Havana, as well as all of their family members. Until the government of Cuba can ensure the safety of our diplomats in Cuba, our embassy will be reduced to emergency personnel to minimize the number of diplomats at risk of exposure to harm. The decisions do not signal a change of policy or a determination of responsibility for the attacks on U.S. government personnel in Cuba. Investigations into those attacks are still ongoing. Regarding the attacks, there are now 22 people who have been medically confirmed to have experienced health effects due to the attacks on diplomatic personnel in Havana. The Cuban government has told us that it will continue the investigation into the attacks, and we will continue to cooperate with them in this effort. We will also continue our own investigation into the attacks.
What's the ultimate objective in having them leave?
Well, to reach an area where we have certainly been harmed in our ability to do our jobs down there, okay? And now Cuba, we have this, not reciprocity, but something of similar sorts, where they don't have the ability to conduct their operations just like we do. No, this is not a punishment. This is not a punishment. Cuba, we are not going to say, is responsible for these attacks. Let me be clear about that, okay? And I think we have. We have consistently said there is an investigation ongoing. The Cuban government knows that. We've made that clear to the Cuban government. We are not assigning any blame. We don't know who or what is causing this, but I'm going to say one last time, and I don't want to take any more questions on this issue. Cuba has a responsibility under the Vienna Convention to ensure the safety and security of our diplomats and our diplomatic families. And let me leave it at that.